Today I'm going to be reading Enoch Chapters 1 through 11, and this comes from the Complete Apocrypha, published by Covenant Press of the Covenant Christian Coalition. The words of the blessing of Enoch, with which he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up his parable and spoke. Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angel showed me. And from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is to come. Concerning the elect I spoke, and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come out of his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens, and all will be smitten with fear, and the watchers will quake, and great fear and trembling will seize them unto the ends of the earth. And the high mountains will be shaken, and the high hills will be made low, and will melt like wax before the flame. And the earth will be wholly rent in sunder, and all that is upon the earth will perish, and there will be a judgment upon all men. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy will be upon them. And they will all belong to God, and they will all be prospered, and they will all be blessed. And he will help them all, and light will appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. And behold, he comes with tens of thousands of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of the works of the ungodliness which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Observe you everything that takes place in the heaven. How do they not change their orbits? And the luminaries, which are in the heavens, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season, and transgress not against their appointed order. Behold you the earth, and give heed to the things which take place upon it, from the first to the last, how steadfast they are, how none of the things upon earth change, but all the works of God appear to you. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds and dew and rain lie upon it. Observe and see how in winter all the trees seem as though they have withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees, which do not lose their foliage, but retain the old foliage from 2 to 3 years, until the new comes. And again, observe you the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth, over against it, and ye seek shade and shelter by reason of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with growing heat, and so you cannot tread upon the earth, or on a rock by reason of its heat. Observe how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. For what reason give you heed, and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that lives forever has made them so. And all his works go on like this from year to year forever, and all the tasks which they accomplish for him. and their tasks change not. But according as God has ordained it, so it is done. And behold, how the sea and the rivers in their manner accomplish and change not their tasks from his commandments. But you have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord. But you have turned away and spoken proud and hard words with your impure mouths against his greatness. O you hard-hearted, you will find no peace. Therefore will you execrate your days, and the years of your life will perish, and the years of your destruction will be multiplied in eternal execration, and you will find no mercy. In those days you will make your names an eternal execration upon all the righteous, and by you will all who curse, and all the sinners and godless will imprecate you. And for you, the godless, there will be a curse. And all the righteous will rejoice, and there will be forgiveness of sins, and every mercy and peace and forbearance. There will be salvation unto them, a goodly light. And for all of you sinners there will be no salvation, but on you all will abide a curse. But for the elect there will be light and joy and peace, and they will inherit the earth. And then there will be bestowed upon the elect wisdom, and they will all live and never again sin, either through ungodliness or through pride. But they who are wise will be humble, and they will not again transgress, nor will they sin all the days of their life, nor will they die of the divine anger or wrath, but they will complete the number of the days of their life. And their lives will be increased in peace, and the years of their joy will be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace all the days of their life. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said one to another, Come, let us choose wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear you will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone will have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swore they all together, and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200, who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called it Mount Hermon, because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And these are the names of the leaders. Samlazaz, their leader. Ariklabah, Ramil, Kokabel, Tamil, Ramlo, Danel, Ezekiel, Barajical, Aziel, Amaros, Badariel, Anil, Zukiel, Samsapil, Satarel, Tuel, Jemjael, Sarail. These are their chiefs of tens. And all the others together with them took upon themselves wives, and each chose for himself one. And then they began to go unto them and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And they became pregnant, And they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells, who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and bracelets, and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much godliness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, Amorous the resolving of enchantments. Barichiel taught astrology, Cocobel the constellations, Ezekiel the knowledge of the clouds, Araquil the signs of the earth, Shamziel the signs of the sun, and Sariel the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. And then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. And they said to one another, The earth made without inhabitant cries the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the Holy One of heaven, the souls of men make their suit, saying, Bring our cause before the Most High. And they said to the Lord of the ages, Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages, the throne of your glory stands until all the generations of the ages, and your holy name, and glorious and blessed unto all the age. You have made all things, and have power over all things, and all things are naked and open in your sight, and you see all things, and nothing can hide itself from you. You see what Azazel has done, who has taught all unrighteousness on earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. And Semjaza, to whom you have given authority to bear rule over his associates, and they have gone to the daughters of men upon the earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, and revealed to them all kinds of sin. And the women have born giants, and the whole earth has thereby been filled with blood and unrighteousness. And now, behold, the souls of those who have died are crying and making their suit to the gates of heaven, and their lamentations have ascended, and cannot cease because of the lawless deeds which are wrought on the earth. And you know all things before they come to pass, and you see these things, and you do suffer them. And you do not say to us what we are to do to them in regard to these. Then the Most High, the Holy and Great One, spoke, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, Go to Noah, and tell him in my name, Hide yourself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy all that is on it. And now instruct him that he may escape, and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. And again the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudadel, and cast him therein, and place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he will be cast into the fire. And heal the earth which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that the children of men may not perish through the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. And to Gabriel said the Lord, proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication, and the children of the watchers from among men, and cause them to go out. Send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days will they not have. And no request that they, i.e. their fathers, make of you, will be granted unto their fathers on their behalf. For they hope to live in eternal life, and that each one of them will live 500 years. And the Lord said unto Michael, go, bind Semjaza and his associates, who have united themselves with women, so to have defiled themselves with them in all their uncleanliness. And when their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them fast for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, until the day of their judgment and of their consummation, until the judgment that is forever and ever is consummated. In those days they will be led off to the abyss of fire, and to torment and the prison in which they will be confined forever. And whosoever will be condemned and destroyed will from then on be bound together with them to the end of all generations. And destroy all the spirits of the reprobate and the children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end. And let the plant of righteousness and truth appear, and it will prove a blessing. The works of righteousness and truth will be planted in truth and joy forevermore. And then will all the righteous escape, and will live until they beget thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age will they complete in peace. And then will the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and will all be planted with trees, and be full of blessing. And all desirable trees will be planted on it, and they will plant vines on it, and the vine which they plant thereon will yield wine in abundance. And as for all the seed which is sown thereon, each measure of it will bear 1,000, and each measure of olives will yield 10 presses of oil. And you will cleanse the earth from all oppression, and from all unrighteousness, and from all sin, and from all ungodliness. And all the uncleanness that is wrought upon the earth, destroy it from off the earth. And all the children of men will become righteous, and all nations will offer adoration, and will praise me, and all will worship me. And the earth will be cleansed from all defilement, and from all sin, and from all punishment, and from all torment. And I will never again send them upon it from generation to generation and forever. And in those days I will open the store chambers of blessings which are in the heaven, so as to send them down upon the earth over the work and labor of the children of men. And truth and peace will be associated together throughout all the days of the world, and throughout all the generations of men.